Okay, guys, I'm going to go over proportional relationships and graphs. Okay, this picture right here is a graph. Okay, not to be mistaken with a table, which looks like this. A table is a chart that has your X and Y values, and a graph is one quadrant of the coordinate plane that has your X and Y values. And just to remind you, the X values are always down here, the horizontal on the bottom, and the Y values go up and down, okay, around the side. So just looking at it, first take a little look and see what are we talking about here. Well, the bottom is number of pairs of pants. Okay, that's our X values, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pairs of pants. And up the side is the cost. Okay, this is how much the pants cost. So very first question, is it proportional? Well, do you remember how we know that? Two criteria. Number one, it goes through the origin, okay, which is the zero, which is right here. And yes, this does go through the origin. If you had a ruler and you continued on, it would go through the origin. And number two, it's a straight line. That's all. You have to say yes to both of those things, and you will know that yes, it is proportional. Now, what is the constant of proportionality? All right, fancy word for unit rate and represented by the letter K. Okay, so I hope by now you have all memorized the formula we use to find K, or constant, and that's Y divided by X. Okay, so our first step here in order to find the constant of proportionality is figure out a Y and an X that we can fill into these spots right here. So what you can do is take any point on the line that goes directly through two crosshairs. So for example, if you took a line, a vertical line and a horizontal line, if the point goes smack in the middle, that's a point that you can use, okay? On the line, of course. So let's say right here, I see a perfect point right on the crosshairs. So I need to find my ordered pair. So X goes first and Y goes second. So starting at the origin, my X is I went over to 2. So my X is 2, and I went up 18. My Y will be 18, okay? So that's step one. I found a point that we can use, 2, 18. 2, 18. Okay, now I just have to put it into this formula. Well, I know that my X was 2 and my Y was 18. So I'm going to put my 18 on top because Y goes on top, divided by X was 2. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. So that means K equals 9. What is the constant of proportionality? 9. All right, what does that mean? It's the unit rate. It means that one pair of pants will cost you $9. Two pairs of pants will be $18, and so on. The next question is, what is the equation that represents this graph? Well, the other thing that you have to remember, the equation is always y equals kx. And when I ask you for the equation, all you have to replace is the k. You're going to rewrite this y equals, but now that we know that k equals 9, we'll write 9x instead of kx, okay? So the two super important formulas that you need to know is k equals y divided by x in order to find the constant, and the equation is y equals kx. As soon as you find the constant, you plug it in there and boom, there's your answer. Okay, I'm going to just do it one more time so you know that we're familiar with how to do this. It's a graph. There's a line. Is that a proportional relationship? Yes. How do I know? Well, it goes through the origin of 0, 0. Those should be in parentheses. And it's a straight line. Okay, so I know that this is a proportional relationship. What is the constant of proportionality? Well, that's the K. What is the K? In order to find K, I got to, again, find one of those points that goes perfectly through the crosshairs. There's one right there. I'm going to use that point, okay? I could also use this one up here, but I'm going to use this one right here, okay? What are my values for this ordered pair? Well, starting at 0, on my x-axis, I'm going to go over right here. So since these are numbered by ones, 1, 2, 3, well, I went 2.5, didn't I? So my x is 2.5. X will be 2.5. And now I have to go up y, and I'm going all the way up to till the 4. My y will be 4. Okay, so my ordered pair will be, I'm going to do 2.5 because that is 2.5, 2.5, and 4. 2.5 and 4. Okay, now I'm in good shape and I can find my k. K equals y divided by x. My y was 4. My x was 2.5. Right, now I have to do the math. 4 divided by 2.5. 4 divided by 2.5. Remember, when you're dividing with decimals, you have to make it a whole number by moving the decimal over. I moved it one place, so I have to move it one place here, adding a 0 and putting the decimal right there. Now it's 25 into 40. 25 goes into 40 one time. 25, right? And I subtract 3, 10, that's a 5, and that's 1. 15 left over. 25 does not go into 15, so I have to add a 0 and bring it down. 25 goes into 150 6 times. Okay, 6 times 25 is exactly 150. So, I'm subtracting. So it's 0, 0, 0. My answer is 1.6. So 4 divided by 2.5 is 1.6. Therefore, my k equals 1.6. My constant is 1.6. Okay. What is the equation that represents this graph? Well, equation's easy. It's y equals kx. But now that we know my k, we'll replace it with the 1.6x. And there, I just answered both of these questions.